Okay, will you? Oh, there we go. I hear my audio now. Ow. Oof. Oh. They might want to adjust my audio. That's not on my end, guys. When the audio gets sorted out, I'll go. On. Turn this up a little bit. All right, I think that's good. I'm hoping to hear myself again. Why is it so sharp? Okay, I think we're gonna go. Let me show the settings real quick. So this is Shaman King, Spirit of Shamans, and we will be doing the Road to Shaman King. So we mainly use Yo, actually, only use Yo for. Oh, all clear. Start when you want. Okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and right when I click start from a new game on this button, it'll be 3, 2, 1, go. You can hear me. Okay, I just don't want the eardrums to blow off people's heads. So if for any reason I'm not loud enough or the audio is too sharp, just let me know and I'll try adjusting it. I'm very thankful to I Am Real Boy-san. I know he's working very hard to get things up on their end. So. It's also probably really late. Or really early where everyone is. So, having said that, let's go ahead and start. Let's become the Shaman King. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so in this game we do use Yo, and there's going to be a couple tricks that we do to get through the run. One of them is powering up our spirit to basically do more damage to the enemy. And so the first stage is just going to be doing my my Hadouken attack and chipping away the enemy's health really, really quick. Like that. Audio's great. Okay. Cool. If my voice needs to be louder, let me know. I can always turn it up just a little bit. That should be better. There we go. So this game is a standard fighting game. If you're not familiar with me, I run a lot of fighting games, to say the least. But this is actually probably one of my favorite fighting games I found last year. I had this game sitting in my shelf for maybe 3 to 4 years, and I finally decided to pick it up and play it. And what I found was a really, really competent game, really fun, and just an overall. It has a couple of funny systems in it, but once you realize that there's so much more to it, it becomes really quite a great game in my opinion. So one thing that we're going to try to do with Yo-san is get them into the corner and whittle their health down. Later on, there's only one part in this run where reading Japanese is really going to be necessary. Yes, this anime has a lot of JoJo stuff. A lot of JoJo stuff. By the way, I do want to give a shout out real quick before I forget, is to Mexu-san, who has the current world record in this game, which is 19 minutes and 58 seconds. I am just a little bit behind him. I'm at 20 minutes and something. So I've been trying to catch up to him, but he's just has such a clean run that I'm not quite there. I'm also running on console, but maybe this month I'll try it on. Oh no, we tripped. The object in this minigame, by the way, is not to trip on things. Alright, we've fallen twice. Usually I fall 3 times, but I'm getting pretty unlucky with items. Oh my god. I'm doing my best to do commentary here, but I have to do a lot of mashing. I usually get really unlucky and there's like 3 rocks in a row or 3 bikes in a row. We're almost there. Of course I didn't do that great on this, but that's okay. That's okay. We can still get record, we just have to get perfect on everything else. Another reason I'm excited to play this on emulation in the future is that it means I can use an arcade stick. Mashing on a controller and then having to jump with the X, you always have to hold the controller in a really weird spot. I find it really difficult to do the minigame. But that's usually the order for this. There'll be 2 fights and then a minigame. And some of them are quite hilarious. Tao Jun, unlike Tao Ren, is actually extremely, I think probably one of the best characters in the game. Very, very difficult to fight. So, we don't want to... There's a special thing in this game called Fumbari Combo. And the way Fumbari combos work is you basically can do a chain of your light attack and your strong attack. And then you also have your special attack. And the way Fumbari will work is you'll interchange between light and heavy attack. The only other buttons you have in this game is you have your spirit button, which is you use in special certain situations, which is used with the X, and then you have a dash in, which is used with L1 and R1. And actually, what is chasing us? Some sort of monster. I don't know. For lore, I'm gonna be relying on on Roroni Geo-san and RPP-san in the chat, who are the seem to be the resident Shaman King masters. I've studied a Shaman King quiz, but I always forget it, and I did not practice the quiz up to this part. It's a lot. It really is a lot. So one other thing about this game is that it was made by the people who made Rumblefish, which is another really obscure game. I was actually thinking about submitting that. I might, if Obscurathon happens again next year, I would definitely submit Rumblefish or Rumblefish 2. Same company. They made a couple of other games as well, but just fantastic game designers and really good at designing fighting game characters. Didn't seem like a harder fight. No, I've kind of gotten things down to a science with the fights. I understand how Yo is really good in this game at juggles in the corner. He can basically do infinites. All right, this one's pretty simple. This is a mini game where we just gotta chop up some wood and make sure that we don't chop up our little friend. If we do that, we'll lose time. And this mini game can also have slight, it's RNG of where it comes up, but it's definitely RNG for how fast these come up. For some reason on the PlayStation version, which I'm using. Hit our friend. He is unlockable, by the way, as a character. There's a lot of unlockable characters in this game, but you have to 100% story mode, 100% the mini games. You have to do them perfectly too. It's extremely difficult. Yeah, Rumblefish 2 is fantastic. Great game. The company, this was produced by Bandai, but the team who made this also makes obscure fighter. Should have brought my list out. If you look up Rumblefish 2, they'll. All right, Silver is. I've been going back and forth with this on some of the community members. There's actually a good amount of runners for this game, and about who is the best character. And there seems to be half of everyone seems to think that Silver is the best character, which could be true. He does have a really good dive kick and priority, and he for some reason has 5 spirits while everybody else has almost none. So I don't know. Seems a little, the odds seem a little stacked. Also went pretty good there. Yeah, Manta, by the way, has the worst health in this game. So you're probably wondering what the health bar means. So I'll explain that real quick. So OSP is your oversoul power. So when that gets to 0, you then can take health damage. And so when you take health damage, when that gets to 0, the very top bar, then you lose. And then you also have your special power-up spirit gate. Horo is another really good character in this game. If he gets too close to you, he can pretty much drain your health to 0. He also has a lot of fireball spam. Everyone in this game, that's the thing, when you talk about character design, everyone in this game feels like they can do something, and then also has the way that they can play. Unfortunately, the fighting game part of this I don't get to show off too much, other than some corner juggles. Pretty good round. I'm actually having really good fights. Stage here. Hopefully I can get through the quiz no problem. There's a quiz where I'm gonna try and I'll try and commentate what's going on, but usually I have Mixon or someone here to commentate with me, because the quiz just requires so much focus. This little mini game is pretty fun. You just have to press the buttons. When you see my little ally come out, I have to press the buttons at the same time. But if sometimes they'll try and trick you, and other characters will come out, yell at you to do. Don't want to do those commands. And you'll see it'll get harder and harder. Okay, I'm getting lucky. Sometimes the bottom left tends to be a little bit difficult. There we go. That was good. That wasn't bad. That was about average. What anime rep of Soul? I feel like they're all kind of taking heavily from each other. You had JoJo, then you had Shaman King, you had Soul Eater. Obscurathon is this. That's what you're watching. These are obscure games. Yes. Alright, I have to be careful about False attacks because she has quite long range. So as long as I can get her into the corner, same strategy as everyone else, I'll be okay, but she tends to jump over me, like you saw there. And there's another game called Fumbari Spirits that I run, and Fumbari Spirits is a little awkward because her sprite is giant in that game, so I'm not too familiar with the anime and manga as we were talking in the chat earlier. But for some reason, she gets larger, so you don't even see her sprite in Fumbari Spirits, but in this game she's fighting on the ground. So, very, very confused chronologically. Alright, this is the cave scene. I'm going to be really quiet here just because I have to answer. Trying to get questions right so we get out of this stage, we get... Oh yeah. Smash. Sorry, I have to... Its name is Conch? Okay. And then there's another one that's Ponch, but I always get the two. Horohoro's mochire is Horohoro. They try and confuse it on purpose, and then it's all in katakana, so it's extremely difficult. Yeah. Silver Road, I'm gonna say that's a snake. A lot of silver questions. The order that the questions come out is completely random. Okay. Doing pretty good so far. Yeah. Friend, best friend. No! Meek is Choco Love. We're probably gonna. I don't remember. Ashi. Hawk. No, Wing. Oh my god, tricked me. Alright, that noise means we failed, but that's okay. I knew I wasn't gonna pass this today. I won't show that in. That's a new. 600-year-old saint. You're good. We failed. Well, they do it on purpose. They're trying to throw you off. I have cleared that plenty when I was playing this game more regularly, but it's like learning a driver's test. I would actually say it's harder. There's just more questions. I feel like if you would say you could save time on that section, but you basically have to learn an entire quiz.
Shaman King になるのはこの俺だ。それじゃあ行くぜ。ファイト。
There we go. That's an example of the Fumbari combo. It can really do a lot of damage. I have to be a little bit careful about where I place my attacks. Right? No, it's faster to pass the questions, but it's difficult because the questions that appear are random, and then you just have to study it. So I didn't study for this marathon, so and it showed. I was able to get a few of them. This is the only minigame where it's faster to fail. If you fail this minigame, then you go on. But even when I've studied for it, I've only been able to pass that quiz live twice during a marathon, and then the other times it didn't work. Once during a marathon. Yeah, but it gives you a set amount of time, so unfortunately there's nothing you can do. But the good thing is we're at the end of the game. We're coming up to the end of the game, and have a really good pace. It's probably not going to be world record, but it'll be really close. And I was just happy enough to show off this game today. Again, probably next year I'll probably submit Rumblefish or something along the lines of that. There was just too many games to choose from. But I did feel that last year this game really stood out to me. Yeah, I have a whole cheat list for the game and everything, but unfortunately it doesn't help unless you have Japanese reading skills, and even then the quiz is too fast, so you can't like look over and look at the list. You just have to know it. You just have to study it. It's very unfortunate. I've been some of the joke is that once I can have a good first mini game, the one where you're running away from the monster, then all I have to do is pass that, and I should be okay. Haven't really had any bad fights though. That's the funny thing. If I had a good, even failing that quiz, if I had a good mini game set and I had maybe a little bit of a better fight against Tao Ren the second time, this would have been a world record. So it's very close. I always have a bad time in this fight. So I did my Fumbari combo because I really just wanted to get Marco off of me. One of the dangerous things about right now, you see it says 100%. So that little percent in the corner means that I'm basically synchronized with my spirit, and when that happens, you'll get special cutscenes and you do a little bit of extra damage. One benefit to beating all the mini games is that if you beat every single mini game, you get the level 3 version of Yo, and so that version has more health and like a little bit less damage, and then the mid version has just basically you get an upgrade in health, and so there might be a benefit to doing that, but because the last boss is very difficult.
俺は黒いジャガーだ。それじゃあ行くぜ。ファイト。
Choco Love is a little bit difficult to fight. There we go. Did a pretty good, all you have to do. Yes, I said I'm saying that lightly, but yeah. Alright, we're on to the last stage. This boss is extremely, extremely difficult. It's up there for some of the cheapest bosses I fought. I mean, Hal's Spirit of Fire is unbelievably broken. Has auto armor on everything. Can ignore damage that you're doing. So we're gonna try and I have a couple strategies here, but we're gonna hope that we don't get reflected. There's a thing I haven't talked about in this game, which is getting reflect. And the way reflect works in this game is that when you press back and X, you can actually reflect your opponent's attack. The difference is that you can't reflect Spirit of Fire, and in general it's a slower strategy, so I tend not to use it. I'm just gonna hope I don't get... This isn't good. If I get hit a few more times... I usually lose this fight the first time. Yeah, I have one more hit. Yep, unfortunately, that's it. Yeah, this one skips a lot. This game does skip a lot. Too early. Oh, Spirit of Fire is extremely broken. We have a bunch of strategies. Before I used to jump up and do Hado, but then I would get reflected too much. I can try and get 100% synchronization, and when you do that, you also have access to your super, which is just forward, and square. I have not found a good strategy. I'd be very excited for people to run this game and find a good strategy for Spirit of Fire, because we just haven't yet. Like, this boss does what it wants to, and you just kind of have to hope that Spirit of Fire is going to play nice. And most of the time, Spirit of Fire doesn't play nice. So there's the reflect again. So really the best strategy we found is to run up and do Hado as much as you can to get the OSP down. I'm at way too low health right now. So yeah, here's me doing jump Hado, but again, I can get reflected. See, and now I'm at 100% synchro, so when you get synchro, this is what happens. You get those little cutscenes. They're not good. You don't want that. And I'll show super real quick. But this is my super attack. Again, does a nice, good amount of damage. Again, I can get reflected even during that. So. See, did you see how cheap this boss is? If the boss had hit me there, I would have lost, even though the boss has 0 health with stable attack. I'm really glad that happened live, just to show how cheap that boss is. It can kill me after I've killed it. That's GG, by the way. I was like 23. It's actually not bad. Like, anything sub 25 in this game is really, really respectable. Mexon has a guide right now and has been like working on all sorts of data. I have the guidebook here. I've been trying to port that to help him get extra information on frame data. How to East Asian fare? Well, I'm the only person in East Asia who runs this game. Yeah, there's not too many runners for this game. I think it's probably because of the last fight and the mini games. Overall, it's just because it really is an obscure game. Yeah, no, it's not a fair fight, but that's why I love it, and that's why on Twitter I have my my name, and then it says dies at the final boss, because that's kind of the theme. I'm really good at routing games, get to the final boss, and get absolutely clapped. That's just how it goes. Oh, thank you very much for the GGs, everybody. Ruoni Gio-san, thank you for the GG. Mercurius Org-san, thank you very much for the GG. Amin Amthon-san, thank you very much for the GG. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for the chat. It's been really fun running today. When I saw the word obscure, I immediately was in. I don't run games for the sake of playing obscure games. I just happen to like a lot of fighting games are obscure. The laser arcade games that I've been getting into are extremely obscure. And I'm sure that next year, by the time this rolls around, there'll be more obscure games. Thank you very much, RP Priya-san, for the GGs. Appreciate it very much. If you're interested, again, I haven't been live last week. I have a new PC and kind of been reorganizing things. But definitely feel free to give me a follow on Twitch or anywhere for that matter. I'm always down to talk about games. I'm always happy to learn about new games. Oh, thank you very much, Barely Sober Now-san, for the GG. Thank you, Ashma-san, for the GG again. I appreciate it very much. I hope everyone enjoyed this game. I'm hoping to have commentary for this game lined up again in the future. This has definitely become one of my mainstream games, and I do apologize that I did not study for the quiz. I feel like the kid who walked in class and the teacher said, "Did you study for your test?" And oh no, no. It's such a, to be honest, it's such a pain to study for that quiz, because I always have to do it 2 days before, and I just didn't have the time. So I was like, well, I'm just going to do my best. So the fact that I even got that many questions right shows that my Shaman King knowledge is slowly increasing. Yeah, I really think that there should be more events like this, more obscure games being shown. There's just so much to be, especially because there's so much more routing that could be done. So anyway, I'm gonna, after the credits roll, but I just want to say one final thank you to I'm a Real Boy-san and the staff today for getting set up. I'm sure it's extremely late. I know everyone's tired. So I know there were some technical difficulties, but we got it. We got the audio working. Got to show off some cool games. And yeah, if you're curious about the quiz, by the way, I will send you the quiz, the questions, and maybe you can help me come up with some sort of cheat sheet in my mind. They try and trick you a lot, especially like Tamao's spirits, because he has paunch and conch, and then they'll say which one's the fox, which one's the tanuki. You can knock off a whole minute on that quiz if you really, really blast through it. We timed it, it's about 30 seconds to 45 seconds, but the run where I got the perfect quiz, I had horrible mini games and horrible fights. So, it's RNG. Anyway, that's been Shaman King. I've been DBcade. Let me see if I... Good job all around. Yeah, sorry I got quiet during the quiz. I'm trying to commentate and remember what's going to come. It's a little bit difficult, but I've really enjoyed my time here, and I hope that I can run some more games next time. I'm trying to think about what other games. If you're interested, again, I'm going to put my link to my stream here into the chat. Feel free to give me a follow. Make sure to support everybody else who's coming. I'll be in the chat. I'll be lurking. So if there's anything else, any other questions, anything else, I did have an incentive, but I guess incentives weren't on this one. But I can show off the arcade mode and some other really fun things next time. So, thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't say it enough.
Shaman King,
I will see you
Spirit of Shaman.
next time when I'm live. And good luck to all the runners. Thank you for your support today. See you. yeah, I gotta eat dinner now. I gotta fill my stomach with some anime meat.